Hello, Ritzy Roy here again. I am doing a character request for the series of Before You Main. I was requested to do Donkey Kong for my first um heavyweight of the channel. Now I already had a bit of a Donkey Kong before this, so the research I went out and did on the character wasn't as in depth as other people will be. Meaning that this video is only gonna take like a day for me to get out. I went out and got some gameplay and practiced them and just shook off some of the old rust. And I can quickly go over the pros and cons real quick. So, if you are planning to play Donkey Kong, this is what you are going to get for playing him. You are going to get a character that has one of the best advantage states in Smash Bros. History. Like, if he grabs you or hits you in the air, his juggle game is oppressive, his combo game is really good, his DPS is just bonkers, he has humongous hitboxes, and all of his moves have the gimmick of if he does them first, and you're hitting him second, you cannot contest them because they all have that blue highlight on them, meaning that they are invincible. So, for example, if Squirtle was to hit my arm while I'm doing this F tilt, I would win no matter what because all that's on that is a hitbox. There's no hurt box attached to it. So DK won't feel anything on that arm. That arm is unstoppable. He could hit a literal final smash with that arm and it wouldn't matter. That's arm is juiced up whenever it's blue highlighted. You should, if you're picking up any heavyweight, try and go into practice mode and look at invincibility, because a lot of heavyweights have iframes on whatever part of their body when they're doing normals. So that's his pro, is he has really good advantage state. That's kind of the only pro. Oh yeah, another pro that kind of just comes along with advantage state is he is very good at punishing people who hold shields. If you grind out the lower levels of Elite Smash, you should know that in pools, if you go to your local tournament in pools, you're going to fight a lot of people who hold shields, and in lower level Elite Smash, there's going to be a lot of people who hold shields. Between his amazing shield break option, which, let me just plug up my second controller and show you what I'm talking about. Between his amazing shield break option and his, hold on, let me freeze him. Alright, between this, come on. Please pull up shield again. There we go. Okay. This shield break option is... Oh, wow. It just instantly broke Charizard shield. Okay, so it's not going to instantly break everyone's shield in the game. But if you're fighting a little dude like Squirtle or Pichu, it might do that. Now, normally, you're going to need to mix this in with, like, F Smash on shield. So let me go Charizard, because he is a bulky shield. So let's see, I'm gonna do it to Charizard real quick. So hold shield side B. And I dropped my controller. So you see, usually this is what it's gonna do. It's gonna take away a humongous chunk of their shield, but leave them with like a little bit left. It just looks like it took about 80% of the circumference, of the surface area of his shield away, which is pretty nice. This leaves him susceptible to shield poking and generally just ensures he's not going to deal with shield again for a while. Now, if I'm right, I think when Charizard unshields, he actually has, on the topic of iframes, yeah, he has iframes on his face. I don't know why, but he does. I will never understand why he has iframes on his face whenever he unshields, but he has it. So, that's just cool, I guess. Oh, you know what? Probably for when he parries. Yeah, probably when he parries. Yeah, I guess this is for parrying. I actually don't know why they have this. That's weird. Whatever. Anyways, yeah, that's a really good shield break. If you're ever getting zoned out, the thing you need to understand about this move is the range is very good. And if you position yourself in a range where a zoner is under the illusion that they can keep shooting you, you can bait them into shooting you and then just eating their projectile and side being and killing them for it. You'll see when I fight the Sephiroth who's using a lot of side B against me, I win because I utilize side B to get the win. The range is extremely deceptive on this move, and that's why it's good. And a lot of zoners won't fully understand the range and will keep shooting stuff at you when you're like this close. Because this is generally the distance you want to play at if you're fighting a zoner. Not too far, but like at a decent distance. Because between side B and up B, you have some very nice options for covering zoning. Then he has down B. This is a combo confirm tool. So on the ground, if you hit someone with this, you might be able to get turnaround bear. If you're a good DK, let me slow down. Stand up, please. Okay. Okay, so I think I'm gonna take this frame by frame because I'm not good enough to get this, but I've seen like Chonkey Kong do it once. I think if I do down B, then I buffer turn around with DK. Then come on, turn around, turn around, turn around, turn around, turn around, turn around. Then I cancel the turnaround with a jump. Yeah, he's gonna jump. He's gonna enter his jump spot while turned around. Then I'm on a buffer bear. And boom! Yeah, you get a bear out of that. I think that's true for the most part. It's not easy. Like, that's actually really hard to do. I still need frame by frame to do. If you're a Donkey Kong main node, I would definitely recommend practicing this because this is a relatively safe thing to do in neutral compared to his other stuff, and it opens you up for an opportunity to land bear, which I'm probably gonna drop it there. Oh no, I didn't. Bear links into a lot of things. Like you can probably get bear into. Let's see. Can I get another bear here? No. Okay. I can probably get bear into like another bear, which out of that, let's see. I can probably do turnaround grab, right? So out of this, I think we're actually like I'm +0 on this probably. You know, I recover 1 frame earlier than him. So here I could 50-50 him after I got 2 bears. It's up to me to decide. And this is just gonna like rein into my amazing advantage state. I have like a move that I could use to armor through whatever defensive option he goes for. Or I could read that he's gonna hold shield and buffer a turnaround. Actually, never mind. I'm more than +0 on that. Oh wait, this is true. That might be okay, it's not true. It's almost true. So I can do, yeah, a buffer turnaround grab, which then from there, cargo throw forward. Let's say I go for up throws. That's one of my best grabs, right? That's one of my best throws is DK. So I throw him in the air. Now I'm going to buffer full hop. And from that, I can get up air. Alright, what's it? Well, this actually demonstrates another thing about DK. DK's advantage state, when I fight normal people in Elite Smash, you're gonna see he can whiff a normal and just keep the advantage state going. That's how he works. So if this was happening in a real fight, I could have got like a good 111% off this guy just because I hit him with 1 down B. And that's what sets the tone for DK's, for his pros, is that he can get way more damage off of normal than almost anyone in the game. Like, he gets way too much damage off of some normals, which is what makes him kind of stupid. DK actually can be kind of, I know it's hard to believe because you think he's a stupid monkey character. I used to think the same thing, but after looking him up, he can actually be kind of technical. Like, there's some things with him that are kind of hard to do that I still can't do in a real fight. When you watch me play DK, you're gonna see me do a lot more of his basic confirms. But yeah, if you were to get bear out of that, you could have like 50-50'd him and put 111 on him. So that's it for his pros. As you can see, they're very, very nice. But for his cons, it's going to come down to 2 cons that take this amazing character and put him down pretty much in mid or bottom tier. And let's just get the elephant out the room. So his disadvantage state is absolute trash. Like, if you hit him in the air, he has one of the hardest time landing of probably anyone in Smash Bros. History. This all comes down to the fact that his normals struggle with the fact that, remember earlier how I mentioned that his normals have the gimmick of if he does them first they're amazing. If he does them second, they're all terrible. Just like with Roy and a lot of other characters, I'll explain this because I played. I'll explain this like with Roy. Roy has the weakness of having a lot of startup on his normals. DK has that but times 1,000. And even then, a lot of his normals that have a lot of startup don't cover right below him. So let's say if a Joker was down here just juggling me. If I was to do Bear, dang, I didn't even hit Charizard. If I was to land with Bear or something, or like if I'm falling down, Joker might literally just not get hit by the bear, and then just he can do what I talked about earlier in another video,
the harder you work,
and just whiff punish me.
But I took it a step further. Now I say,
which, you know, Joker, unlike Charizard, if he grabs me, that's gonna hurt really bad. I fought a Joker. I didn't. I forgot to record it, but I fought a Joker earlier that just like looped me the entire game. Like I just whiffed. I would whiff one thing and neutral and you die. Another con of DK is his approach options are kind of limited, which means he kind of has bad neutral, which hurts him a lot. Despite the fact that he's a sword character, he actually really sucks. He kind of sucks at getting in. His dash attack is hard to punish, but it's not safe. Bear, the problem with Bear is that against smaller characters, it just doesn't hit them. If you notice it, Bear it goes upwards. It doesn't go like right to the side of him. And on top of the fact that it doesn't hit smaller characters, it actually has a lot of startup on it too. So it has a lot of startup, doesn't hit smaller characters, and can be whiff punished. It doesn't have too much in lag, luckily, and extends kind of far, but not super duper far to be an amazing approach option, like something like Sephiroth Fair. So imagine Sephiroth Fair, but just bad, I guess. Sephiroth Fair or just like Fox Bear, but just terrible. Not terrible. It's a very good move. If you gave DK's Bear to anyone in the game, they would probably be better. It's a really good move. But his Bear would be better if it was on a smaller character, because it hits upwards, and upwards for DK is to the sky. Versus if you gave it to Pichu, Pichu's hitting upwards would just be like a little bit above him, and would still hit most characters in the game. So there you go. Yeah, bad advantage, a bad disadvantage state. Probably one of the worst disadvantage states in the game, because all of his moves struggle with the fact that if you throw them second, they just don't hit half the time. And a really weird neutral that doesn't give him too many ways of getting in. I think I showed this move confirms. I might have showed that in my last video. Down B, because I actually had to take this multiple times because I had some technical errors. Down B is a confirmed move. You're gonna be looking for kills at down B around like 70%. Because I forgot to show this. This is one of his pros. I forgot to show that. But that's a really early kill confirm you can look for. Okay, because I forgot to say that. So back to his cons. So weird neutral, bad disadvantage state, and his recovery is good and bad at the same time. So I'll show you what I mean by that. So I'm gonna jump off stage real quick and up B. So look at my up B. Here, if I throw on invincibility, so you can see, oh, it is on. Here you can see my arms are intangible, which is very nice. So if Robin wants to come out here and try to edge guard me from the side, she would lose. Like my arms are just too strong. Because there's constant hitboxes on these things too. And DK can't feel anything in them right now too. So he won't get hurt if she touches them. But if you notice, my noggin and my shoulders are completely uncovered. So if Robin wants to go above me and spike me, that would just kill me. And you're going to lose, if you play DK, you're going to lose quite a few stocks to people just going above you and explaining your recovery. And on top of that, the horizontal height on it is not, I mean, the vertical height on it is kind of bad too. Like, I'm going to live this, I think, right? Oh no, I died. But there you go. Yeah, I can die if I'm only like 4 squares down, which is not ideal. Like most other characters probably would have made back there, but DK dies 4 squares down. So vertically, he really struggles. And so horizontally, the move is broken. If this was like a game where someone can only approach you from the side, then that would be broken. But the fact that there's the vertical element of Smash Bros, the move sucks. Well, it doesn't suck, but it's a liability that also hurts him a lot on the tier list. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna go grab my controllers. gave people attack drift. I'm gonna need those for myself later today, making videos. And also, I might go back to training mode after I show a few gameplays. So I've got a lot of DK footage today. I went out and practiced him a lot, so I can really have good things to say about him, or accurate things to say about him. But I think I'm only gonna show the best of the footage, the most extremes of the footage, and then I'll show one that's like what an average DK game is gonna look like. So first, let me show off what the perfect DK game would look like. What would happen if you got everything you wanted in DK? This is the reason why you're gonna play the ape. This is why you play him, because he can do this. So I'm fighting Wii Fit Trainer. She has small hitboxes. I'm better neutral than me. Good projectiles. So I'm gonna start this off by just trying to pressure her into the corner and sort of bully her with my size. She's running away. She's playing this smart a lot. And suddenly I get advantage state, and now she's at 70. This is kind of my goal. It's literally just to push her into a terrible position, bully her with my sides, and then just put like 70 on her every time I win advantage state. Now she's pretty much about to die. All because I got that one grab. That she did pop her, what's it called? Her deep breathing to sort of amplify her damage, but it doesn't matter because with DK's advantage state, it's very hard for them to hit you out of it. Even if DK whiffs a normal, he can keep his advantage state going just because of the fact that he doesn't have a lot of in lag on his normals. So you could whiff and just continue it. I think against her, I whiff a few times and just keep it going, but I don't know. I think her, I'm hitting all my stuff because I'm kind of just jamming her. Yeah, so I kind of just jammed out Wii Fit this game. But this is just kind of showing off what DK, this is what he does. If you can get in someone's head, he's a menace. He's very hard to deal with. He kind of just jams people for free with this busted advantage state. I was really feeling myself here. I tried to get the spike to close it out. She didn't die. She almost died to that berry. I got there too. That side B. So here, I think I'm just looking for. I was looking for Edgar. So I just to drop off bear. So yeah, that's the textbook DK game. Like if you're just popping off with DK, that's kind of, you're gonna probably look more technical than I did because I'm still a sloppy DK. Like I had a DK for a bit, but I'm not a DK man. I just had a DK. So you're probably gonna look a little cleaner than that. But that's what the good DK game is gonna look like. If you're just completely jamming someone, there's nothing they can do about it. It's usually pretty nice. Let me show a realistic DK game. Well, let me show a bad DK game. This isn't really realistic. This is kind of just bad. So this is DK Captain Falcon. It's an insanely hard matchup that can go any way. Captain Falcon wins this just because he has a similar gimmick to you but on top of that, he has insanely good combos and better neutral, so he kind of just wins this. And plus, he exploits your recovery really well. So I start off the matchup the same way I did with Wii Fit. I'm bullying him with my size. I'm trying to just get my presence known. I'm throwing him around and stuff, which is working for me. But suddenly I get hit, and now I'm feeling nervous. I know one of these hits could just spell death for me. Like here, I got hit 2 times in stock, and that was it. I died because of that. So after this, the Falcon player realizes what they have to do. They take every hit they get and they just turn it into like 1,000,000,000%. They always knew what they had to do, but now they really start doing it. Every hit they get, they just extended its 1,000,000,000%. Luckily, I killed him or her here in the stock. I think it was a her, if I'm right, but the name looked feminine when I fought them. I forgot it. I actually forgot what the name was, but I remember it was like a feminine name. So I killed her here with it. I'm getting nared in the back, which sucks.
This is the magic we've been waiting
And
for.
now he's just exploiting, or she's exploiting. The Falcon is exploiting the terrible advantage state, or disadvantage state of Donkey Kong. He's kind of just playing back. Your advantage state's so bad that some people can just play back and just keep throwing out low committal options. And if they just nudge you with any of those, that's going to be enough to kill you or put like 167 on you like this Falcon did. So I'm on last stock. Now I'm freaking out. I gotta make the comeback. What do? I try to do the down B confirm I showed you guys earlier. It fails. I get hit for that. I take a nice 40% for that, pretty much. Now I'm really in danger because I'm at the Falcon kill confirm percent. Luckily, she drops it here, so I get to go on a bit longer. But I'm still in my disadvantage state, and I'm having trouble getting back. And I died literally because I got down thrown at, like, I think it was like 20%. That was it. So this is the struggle you're going to have to put up with if you want to play DK live. If you don't have a secondary. Is some of these matchups are going to be you get hit at 20% and you're dead. Like with me there, I couldn't do nothing after I got hit. The game was over pretty much. I mean, there was, if I could read the other player's mind, I probably could have got that. But for the most part, the guessing game they had to play a very unfair guessing game. It was one-sided, I guess. I have 2 options, and they have like 4 options to cover those 2 options. That's how DK's disadvantage works here. So this is a game with me against Sephiroth. I'm getting zoned out here, trying to make my way in. And I start off similar with all the matchups. I'm trying to get some presence here, get the early advantage state. But this is a struggle because Sephiroth, like DK, has one of the strongest advantage states in Smash history. And the thing... So what we have in common is we both have really good advantage states and bad disadvantage states. However, Sephiroth comes with a very good neutral. Alright, I think I hit my 8. I gotta remember myself. Stop saying that word. I'm like gonna, if I say a word a lot, if someone in the comments can like just have a counter for me, it's gonna remind me just to stop saying the words. I'm gonna keep saying that word if I don't do something, if I don't make fun of myself somehow for saying it. So I'm probably gonna do something by the end of this video. Like when I'm editing it, I might edit in like a counter or something. So for here, it's just a battle of the advantage states. Our struggle comes down to who gets the first hit and who pushes their advantage state further. I'm doing a better job at it right now than him, so this is why I'm kind of coming out on top. But I'm not doing as good as him in neutral. He's actually winning neutral a little bit more than me, so he's able to keep up. He did a lot of side B this battle, which is a good way to fight DK. DK struggles a lot against zoning because he's so big. So if you're fighting a DK, or if you are fighting as DK, be prepared for someone to want to zone you out, because that's something that at every level of play, that's going to be the bane of your existence is zoning. So he had the right idea to throw some side Bs. However, DK does have a tool to deal with it, and that's it right there, side B. Like I was showing earlier in the training range, if you space that correctly, you could just trade with trade with projectiles and kill someone for it, which is it's a good option to go for. Don't go for it too much because side B is risky, but it's a really good option to go for at high percent. So don't be afraid to just chuck it out every now and then. He's trying to get advantage state. We're both scrambling here. I'm gonna show both games against the Sephiroth because we actually ran I had a pretty fun set against him, and I think it highlighted a lot of the aspects of DK. Right now, it's just kind of spaghetti. We're both scrambling for the final hit. We're hoping we get something. He tries to charge F smash, and that's what killed him. Yeah, we were scrambling there. I could tell what the nerves were getting to both of us because both of our characters were at kill. Could have just ended the game there. So I'm gonna head out to the last battle with me against the Sephiroth in the set. Now, something I forgot to mention in cons is in my last video I was talking about there's 3 styles. You have high APM, you're gonna have more defensive low APM playstyles, and then you have like the zoning playstyle. DK is probably countered by all 3 of those playstyles, and he is good at doing each of them himself besides the zoning one. He could do the high APM and low APM. Me personally, since I'm a Roy main, I just naturally kind of fall on a higher APM spectrum. This is how I play. I play a lot more. I push more buttons, and I try to play more aggressive and pressure people. It's like I said in the last video. I'm on Cloud. I think I said I'm avoiding Cloud's closing whenever I play Cloud. On DK, I'm just a button masher. You can tell by watching. I press a lot of buttons. I've edgeguarded him with there. My bad for that. I'm usually shifting my controllers around to make sure there's no drift on them during these. So a lot of the times I'll like accidentally mess with the replay. So here he starts zoning me out a lot. He gets the kill. Now we're back even. I'm just figuring out how I'm going to win neutral here. I know I need DK Punch for this matchup because it lets me eat a projectile. And he's adapted from last game by throwing... He's adapted from his loss from last game. And now he's throwing more projectiles at me because he knows I struggle against those. He's starting to understand that. A huge thing... That was a lucky fair. I just spiked him. But a huge thing about getting good at this game, or just playing anyone who's kind of polarizing in general, is you got to be able to make adaptations on the fly. Or if you don't know the frame data of a move, you got to be able to kind of like learn if it's punishable or not by like just getting used to it. Because this whole fight, I'm paying attention to every time he does side B, and I'm thinking in my head, what can I do against it? Side B or just any defensive tool. I'm thinking in my head, what can I do with DK to get through it? There, I obviously messed up. I tried to just run at him and up B, but Sephiroth is more than strong enough to break DK's armor, and I learned that the hard way here. So here he's throwing a lot of side B, which, once again, he has the right idea, side B me. I beat his zoning option, which is F tilt, but it kind of acts like a projectile with a side B of my own. And that was a demonstration of how if you're getting zoned out, remember you do have DK side B, don't spam it. But if it's a last hit situation, don't be afraid to throw it out because it might just get you that precious kill and win you the game. It's very strong against zoners. And that's another one to the counter. Okay, now we gotta fight Luigi. This is the this isn't a specific playstyle, this is just the matchup I wanted to show. Against Luigi, I'm gonna lose this one, but I just tried to give you some gameplay against Luigi so you can kind of get an idea what you want to do. Play slower against them in neutral because all it takes is one grab and he's almost won the entire... He almost took your entire stock. He can take your stock if he does the combo correctly. You guys can't hear it, but I was SDIing my brains out whenever he grabbed me, so that's the only reason he probably dropped those combos. Because I fought this guy another time when I wasn't recording and he rarely dropped that combo. But that was back before I knew how to SDI properly. Which I'll probably do a little segment on SDIing, like right after this battle. Because if you're going to play DK, you're going to need to know how to SDI. Or else you're going to find yourself getting deleted a lot. DI saved me there, that's the only reason I lived. So here I am getting jammed like I was doing to that Wii Fit earlier, and I'm starting to realize that my only chance here is if I make some Hail Mary plays. So I start to understand that, and I'm turning up the heat. I was playing slow, but at this point, you know, I got nothing to lose. I'm just like, screw it. I tried to mix him up with a down B, but I messed up the input there. So that was more of a mechanical issue. That was a gameplay issue. Now, he realizes that, you know, he has a lead and it's pretty comfortable in it. He knows my gameplay is just to try to take it from him. So, he starts playing a little low, very low committal here. He starts playing absolutely low committal. He's doing a lot of grabs because he can just do that and there's not much I can do about it here. Dash attack. Yeah, he's just doing all of his low committal options because he can't do that. And he has a lead, so why not? Here I start to read that he does Cyclone a lot to break out of combos, which gave me an extra 47 on him. I could have extended that a lot longer. Well, actually, I guess I did. Because remember what I said earlier, where if you whiff a normal and advantage state, as long as you don't get hit, your advantage state is still going. Like, your pressure still exists with DK, even if you're not hitting them, just because of the fact that you can outrage people. So if you have them in a state where you're juggling and bullying them, your pressure still exists. I died to up smash there. He had no reason not to throw an up smash, so I understand completely why he did it. I would have thrown an up smash there too, because it's super... Luigi is able to do a lot of low committal stuff in like situations like that. Your bane of existence if you play heavyweight is going to be low committal options. Those are humongous against you. I think that's all the highlights I wanted to show you. So yeah, I'm about to close out the guide, but let me just show you some finishing things. while I'm making my way there, I'm gonna start dropping my Discord at the bottom of all these. My Discord server at the bottom of my videos. We're a pretty small server right now. We just have about like I think 23 members. It's mainly for if you want to make requests. You can make requests in the comment section, but if you want to make requests, just talk about certain characters and just chat in general. I'm down. Our server is small, so I'll usually be around or usually see your message. I am gonna be starting school soon, so try not to be chatting with me during school hours. So like what 9 to 4. Try not to chat with me until then. Okay. So now that I'm back here, I wanted to show his oh yeah. I probably should go kid for this. So DK's one of the best techs you're probably gonna need to know how to do with DK is SDI, because you're a big body and you're gonna be getting comboed a lot with him, like a lot with him. You're gonna be holding much damage from just about anything. So SDI is, when pros say that, they are referring to smash DI. And I'll break it down for you real quick. So when you DI normally, let me have Kid hit me. When I DI normally, I just hold my stick. Let me up my percent so it's a little more noticeable. And I'll throw on, where is my frame by frame counter, trajectory guide, and up my percentage. I like this one. So if I up my percentage, Kid's gonna smack me here. Really, he's gonna hit me as hard as possible. What's his hardest hitting move? I'll do DP. I'll just do base DP because I can't do true DP in this mode. So he's gonna Shoryuken me. It's a multi-hit normal. Now on every frame, I couldn't break out there. On every frame, you get hit in SDI. If you smash your stick in a certain direction, your character moves a tiny bit. That's what all that shaking was coming from as I was trying to SDI. Normal DI, on the other hand, is when you get hit, you can control like where you go, I guess. So I've DI'd out there, which is how you survive Kid DP. You usually want to DI Kid DP out. But if I DI Kid Dragon Punch in, I might die. If it was True Shoryu, that was it for me. I probably would have died at like 70 to True Shoryu. So that's what DI and normal DI is. Wherever you hold your stick out, you can hold your stick out, in and down, and out and up. You go out and down, out and up, in and down, in and up. Or just out, straight up out, or just straight up in. Those are the only inputs you get with it. So that's how DI works. It controls where you fly. Stands for directional influence. And then SDI is smash directional influence. So during multi-hitting sequences, let's see if I can get it here. Every frame, I'm trying to smash my stick away. That's why I'm wiggling so hard. And okay, it's hard to SDI on that. Especially with a big body like him. I'm probably not going to be able to show it with Kid just because it's going to be really hard to SDI on that. But every frame, I'm like wiggling, I'm smashing my stick in a different direction. It breaks me out of things. Mechanically, how you're going to do this in the real fight is when you're getting hit, you're just going to take your stick and just work it around like everywhere on your knob as fast as possible. You try to smash it. This sounds really weird. But you're trying to literally smash the stick into the sides of wherever like the socket of your controller is. Like you're just smashing the stick around everywhere to try to break out things. It's going to be pretty audible if you're doing it right. Now, in some matchups that are really dangerous, our SDI is so hard that like I might like have to use my other hand for it. Like sometimes my whole body will shake if it's a Luigi combo and I'm Donkey Kong, my whole body sometimes has to shake to break out of it because it's hard. It's very hard to break out Luigi combos. You can SDI in a general direction too. Like for example, you can choose to intentionally smash your stick to the right which will slowly move your character to the right on every frame a move touches it. Keep in mind, SDI is way more useful against combos with a bunch of hits in them versus combos that just like are 1 or 4 hitters. Like SDI is not really gonna be useful against Cloud combos, but against Fox combos that have all those multi-hits or Pikachu combos, SDI is like so important because there's so many little hits in there. And each of those little hits, you could SDI them and move away. So yeah, that's that. That's a tech that everyone in the game can benefit from, but it's absolutely necessary to be able to SDI if you play Donkey Kong or something like that. Before I head out, I'm just gonna say one more thing. So I play quite a few of the characters in this game. I've had experience with a lot of them, and I know how to play most of them. I know decent things about them. I wouldn't say know how to play, like, as you can see my Donkey Kong, it's kind of sloppy, but I can talk about them. But there's a few characters in this game I'm not familiar with. So if you do request these specific characters, expect the video guide or like the little overview to come out a bit later than usual. Rosalina and Luma. Villager. Definitely Wario. My Wario is hot garbage. Wario, Mewtwo, Peach, Jigglypuff, and there's one more character. Where is he? Oh, I passed him. Steve. These are the characters that I have yet to like lab at all with, because I'm not lying to you when I say I used to be a major lab rat when this game first came out, so I know decent amounts of stuff about quite a few of the characters, but I literally just never labbed these characters. And I know you should, I probably should have labbed Steve, but I just didn't want to. Hell, I even labbed some things on Kazuya. Alright, I even looked up, did a little research on Kazuya, so I can say some things about him. But Rosalina Luma, I know she's a technical machine, but I just don't understand her yet, because I didn't do the research on her yet. But after that, for everyone else in the cast, I can tell you a decent stuff about them, their weaknesses, their pros, their cons, and who you want to look out for. So yeah, definitely feel free to make suggestions to the series. I honestly am, it's probably better that if I take suggestions versus, not suggestions, if I take requests versus just me covering characters I want to cover, because at the end of the day, these aren't for me, these are for you guys. So you could, the beginners to the game, or just even people who are alright at the game, so they can think about getting a new character, or they haven't found the character or whatever. So that's it for me. Hopefully this little not really little, this decently sized DK guide helped you out a bit. Oh yeah, that's it. I'm gonna start linking pro players for the characters in the bottom of the comment section. For this video, I'm gonna link DK, Will, and Chonkey Kong at the bottom. They are 2 very amazing DKs. Mars plays DK sometimes, but it's very inconsistent, so I don't want to link him down here. Even though I will admit, Mars has a pretty clean DK when he actually wants to play him for real. So if you can watch Mars sometimes, but I don't recommend it because his DK is inconsistent. It comes out sometimes it doesn't. But DK, Will, and Chonkey Kong will consistently play those characters, and they are very good at them. I'm probably gonna link their Twitch. I'll link their Twitch in so you can just watch their streams. And yeah, have fun with DK. Hopefully this helped you pick your main, or hopefully maybe it helped you eliminate your main. Whatever this did, I hope you get closer to finding a character that you want to dedicate your labbing time to. This is Ritzy Roy signing out.